It appears that Elon Musk is playing 3D chess with global politics. My name is Tom. I'm reporting with the Daily Beltway. If it's your first time here today, please go ahead and click the subscribe button down below and hit the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all the latest breaking news. Well, Elon Musk just denied a request by the Ukrainian government to enable Starlink in an embattled area that is technically under the control of the Russian government. Elon Musk, he's a smart guy, and he's got a lot of good reasons, I'm sure. He looks pretty smart. He's got a tuxedo on. So I would assume he's a pretty intelligent guy. I mean, he's the richest man in the world. He's about to buy Twitter for, I think, for craps and grins. I mean, he wants to make it like a Chinese thing. Anyways, so Elon, I guess, has concerns, and he may have ran it through AI or whatever else that he did to try to come up with this decision to decline Starlink being used in Ukraine. But I have a report here from Yahoo News, and I want to get into it with you guys today. So I'll go ahead and bring this in here. It says Elon Musk blocks Ukraine from using Starlink in Crimea over concern that Putin could use nuclear weapons. Well, we're all scared that Vladimir Putin's going to use nuclear weapons, but maybe Elon Musk has information that we don't have because everybody in the world was scared that he's going to use nukes. Everybody was scared Trump was going to use nukes. Everybody's scared that Kim Jong-il or whatever, North Korea is going to nuke somebody. I mean, everybody's, Pakistan could be nuking India or India could nuke Pakistan. Everybody's worried about somebody nuking somebody. They've been worried about that since the 1940s. It's the reason why that most of the world has not seen a major conflict. I mean, the war in Ukraine is really technically a small war. That's why we haven't seen any major superpowers duke it out because of nukes. I mean, it's kept the world pretty relatively peaceful for 7 years, outside of a few instances. But overall, we didn't see hundreds of millions of people getting killed repeatedly for years. So let's get into it today. It says Elon Musk personally rejected Ukrainian request to extend his satellite internet service to Crimea. The SpaceX CEO fearing that an effort to retake the peninsula from Russian forces could lead to a nuclear war, according to a report published Tuesday. Vladimir Putin said that he would absolutely use nuclear force without reservation if somebody even stepped foot on Russian territory. I'm tending to believe him because at this point he's been embarrassed in the world. Everybody was scared of the Russian military. I mean, they had GPSs duct taped inside of helicopters so they knew where they were going. That's how bad off the Russian military is. And now they're running out of their advanced tanks. We haven't seen an Su-25 or an Su, I think 47, whatever the next iteration was of like their 5th or 6th generational fighters. We haven't seen those yet. But the fighters that we did see, I mean, we gave Ukrainians like sidewinders, and they're just knocking those things out of the sky. The HIMARS is knocking down most of the cruise missiles, and we've got our Javelin missiles are just decimating their tanks, and we're not even involved over there, quote unquote. So Russia's got a lot of stuff that they need to try to make up to the world. So their biggest and last thing that they have is, in fact, nuclear weapons. That's why the world is terrified that Vladimir Putin will, in fact, use nukes. So I believe that Elon Musk is probably correct on it. But, I mean, there's a lot of people that do need internet that don't have access to it, including children trying to go to school. Following Russia's February invasion of Ukraine, Musk and the U.S. government provided Kyiv with thousands of Starlink systems, enabling Ukrainian forces to communicate in what were previously dead zones. The low energy requirements of the service's satellite receivers have enabled it to be connected to reconnaissance drones, Yahoo News reported, providing valuable real-time intelligence on Russian movements and the ability to target them. It might be a cover-up. I mean, even a report from I think it was Biden today or yesterday, stated that we do have special forces assets on the ground inside of Ukraine, which is a big, if any of our troops actually pulled the trigger on a Russian, you're going to see a massive escalation. So I know that some of the fallout from that, and today's the 11th, so you're seeing some of the fallout from that now. We still haven't really fully realized the implications from that report being leaked yet. It says, but recently there have been problems. Last week, the Financial Times reported that the service was suffering catastrophic outages on the front lines, prompting a speculation that it had been shut off in areas controlled by Russia, perhaps to prevent the Kremlin from itself exploiting the network. On Twitter, Musk said that he could not comment on battlefield conditions, saying that's classified. But speaking to Eurasia Group political analyst Ian Bremmer in late September, Musk appeared to confirm that the satellite service was being intentionally disabled. Absolutely. I mean, that's in the world's best interest, and that's in NATO's best interest that he doesn't disable that. So it makes complete sense. Neither SpaceX nor Ukraine's Ministry of Defense immediately responded to requests for comment. Musk, speaking to Bremer, said that he had been asked by Ukraine's defense ministry to activate Starlink in Crimea, which was invaded and legally annexed by Russia in 2014. Per Bremer, Musk refused given the potential for escalation. According to Bremer, Musk claimed to have recently spoken with Russian President Vladimir Putin, asserting that he is prepared to negotiate. Musk this month proposed Ukraine peace plan seen as aligning with Russian interests. Oh, he got beat up real bad on Twitter. I wish I had those tweets. I should have had those tweets to pull up for you. He just put out a poll asking people, like, hey, what do you think would be the best way to stop the war in Ukraine? And the internet literally shot him down. There was hundreds of thousands of comments, and he was like seen as a Russian sympathizer. It was absolutely wild. Um, in that conversation, Putin reportedly threatened to use nuclear weapons if Ukraine to try to retake the Crimean Peninsula, which just seems like that's like Putin's red button. Like, hey, if you guys fart, we're gonna hit. We're gonna nuke you guys. Oh, if you guys step out of line, we're gonna nuke you. I mean, eventually, you either got to do it or not. Which I hope to God he doesn't. But I'm just saying, it's just like that. He's starting to beat that horse. You know, it's pretty rough. Uh, It says on Twitter, however, Musk flatly denied having any recent conversation with the Russian leader, writing that he had spoken to Putin only once, and that was about 18 months ago. The subject, he said, was space. Bremer is likewise adamant, writing on social media that Musk told me he had spoken with Putin and the Kremlin directly about Ukraine. He probably did. Russian forces are losing ground in Ukraine's south and have lost huge swaths in Ukraine's east as they press into regions Russia declared it had annexed, sparking concerns among arms control experts about whether Putin and his top advisors may contemplate an attack with a nuke from their vast arsenal in an attempt to snatch their losses. Also came out recently that Belarus is probably going to be the one to instigate or push off a nuclear attack because Russia would have probable deniability, saying, "Oh no, it was a different country. It wasn't us that nuked a city or whatever. It was Belarus." And then Belarus is going to get blown up, and then you're going to see war and stuff over there. But Russia would have plausible deniability, but the world would know that Russia did it. They just wouldn't have a way to prove that it happened outside of there was a former Russian, nuclear device. Well, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Was Musk correct to turn off Starlink in Crimea? Should he have kept it on? Do you think he's overstepping his bounds and restricting internet access for people around the world? That's a popular sentiment on Twitter right now. So again, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Tom from Daily Beltway. Have a great day.